Thank you, Wendell. Good evening and welcome to tonight's regional news. We begin tonight with the news of Jamaica that opposition member of Parliament Michael Phillips wants a referendum on replacing the Queen as head of state pinned to the local government elections due by February 2022. Phillips, the son of the former leader of the opposition Dr. Peter Phillips, made the request in a motion he tabled in the House of Representatives on Wednesday. The resolution called for the appointment of a committee of appropriate professionals to undertake a 6-month public education exercise on the desirability of changing to a public system of government prior to the referendum. He suggested that following a report from the committee, the country should have a national referendum to approve the change. Phillips, who represents Manchester North Western in the House of Representatives, suggested that Jamaica take immediate steps to, I quote, finally repatriate the fundamental symbol of Jamaica's sovereignty, the head of state, to our homeland, Jamaica, land we love, prior to our celebration of 60 years as an independent nation, end of quote. Turning our attention now to Trinidad and Tobago. A steel pan tutor who began a sexual relationship with a then 12-year-old student in 2009, which eventually resulted in 3 children, has been sentenced to 9 years in prison. Although Everton Joseph was convicted of 6 charges of having sex with a minor under the age of 14 earlier this year, he was only sentenced by High Court Judge Hayden St. Clair Douglas on Wednesday. In passing the sentence, St. Clair Douglas noted that Joseph did not use violence towards a minor and that she did not resist his sexual advances after they met while she was learning to play the national instrument. While he also noted that after the first incident in February 2009, the victim invited Joseph to her home when her parents were not there to have sex. He suggested that Joseph should not have participated as he was an adult and should have known better. In his sentencing, the judge noted that after he was charged and the Form 1 student had a baby, Joseph and the girl continued their relationship, having 2 other children. Still in the Twin Island Republic, the autopsy done on the body of murdered 18-year-old Ashanti Riley has found a cause of death, and it was brutal. Among the injuries, the pathologist listed sharp force injuries to the right side of her chest and lower abdomen and blunt force trauma to the left side of the chest. She had been stabbed and beaten to death. Riley's body was found in a river off Upper Laconawa Road, Santa Cruz, last Friday. Relatives identified her body from the items which were found next to her body. Riley's aunt, Lisa Riley, called on the state to strengthen laws to protect women. 2 men are in police custody for Ashanti's death, a 32-year-old man from Laventille and a 29-year-old man from San Juan. A search is currently on for the 3rd suspect. And finally, on the international scene, Canada on Wednesday approved its first COVID-19 vaccine and said initial shots will be delivered and administered across the country starting next week, while every Canadian will be able to be inoculated as early as the end of September. Canada is the 3rd country to give the green light to the Pfizer Inc.'s vaccine developed with Germany's BioNTech SE. Liberal Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said in Parliament it was a good day for Canadians. General inoculations for all Canadians will begin in April after priority populations are taken care of. The government said in a vaccination plan also released on Wednesday. The nation is now, I quote, well positioned to immunize 100% of the population in 2021, end of quote, the plan said. As of Tuesday, Canada had reported 429,035 total cases, an increase of 5,981 on the day before, and 12,867 deaths. That was all for tonight's regional news. Thank you for joining. Back to you, Wendell.